So what other mistakes do you see like business owners make once it comes to marketing besides some of those?
So the first mistake I see is the plan. The second mistake I see is unrealistic expectations about acquiring clients. Like if you don't have a plan, then the chances are you don't really understand what your customer acquisition cost is. If you don't understand what your customer acquisition cost is, how can you continue to scale and grow and build more customers? The lifetime value of those customers, like so many people don't have the real data within their business to actually scale their marketing. So they just kind of up and down. They hire somebody and it doesn't work, and then they go away and they try it again, and then they blame the marketing companies, right? But if you have that system on the back end where you know how much your average customer is, what is the life cycle of them going from initial contact to sale, and you have all those data, now you can actually take something and make it scalable. So that's what I see a lot of business owners make that mistake. They just don't write it out long enough. And then the other one is watering down other people's stuff. So like you'll see another marketing company like, oh, I like their stuff. And then you'll kind of take some of their content, or you'll be like, oh, I'm going to use some of their stuff, rather than building it from your foundation. You're kind of watering down their foundation. And because I know that 99% of people don't actually have a marketing plan, and they're just throwing stuff at the wall and hoping that it sticks, their stuff sucks. So what happens when you go and take your competitor stuff just because you think it's cool and appeals to you? That doesn't mean that other people are thinking the same way, or that you're getting results from that. So for me, I want to make sure that I'm getting results, and I want to base that off of who I am, what my heart is, what my purpose is, what my mission is, and build everything off of that. That cannot be replicated, right? It can be imitated, but not replicated. So for me, I want to make sure that every single website, every single marketing campaign, every single ad, every single video that I do is all in line with my brand, my vision, my dreams, my values.
Yeah, 100%. And, it kind of, while you're talking, kind of like reminded me of college. I was back in college, I was going to Sac State, and I was taking some psychology classes.
Yeah.
And one of the psychology classes, the researchers did a study. I can't remember the specific study, but essentially in a nutshell, it's like, okay, with adults, like, do you want one piece of candy today, or do you want like 2 or 3 the next day? Right. And a lot of people opted in for today.
Yep.
And it kind of like, even though it's adults, even though these are like grown people, they're still so short-term minded. And I think it's no different for business owners as well. It's like people are focused on the short term, and sometimes they neglect the long-term thinking. And so, especially now, with all these convenience sort of apps like Instacart, like Uber, it's not really helping. It's like, I want things now. I want things fast, instead of, understanding patience, and that things take time,
That's right. That's exactly right. Yeah. Got to think over the time horizon, long term, not the short term thinking. Those things will work and get you some results, but where the real results are, it's like the iceberg. Like, okay, you can get some results there, but the real value is below the surface there, and all that extra work that you got to do on the back end to create that actual plan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. Now, do you think, what are your thoughts on that though? It's like, do you think society will get to the point where, like, do you feel like we've been always like short-term minded, and like, how can we kind of get society to be a little bit more patient and understanding, and like, understand the long-term thinking instead of the short-term? Or do you think it's just human nature for us to just focus on a short-term? There's nothing we can do about it, and like the people that are long-term focused will end up winning?
The book that I read, and let me just pull it up here, I have it in my library, talks about this exact same thing. Was over that time horizon and thinking about the long term, how people want that instant gratification. Where's it at here? So ego is the enemy. It was such a good book, and I wanted to be able to bring that up. I think it was in Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. But essentially, I think we live in an age where our country is the type of country where we're the eternal optimists. And we think that everything is going to be more, that everything's going to get better, where other countries have kind of the opposite thinking. They're the pessimists, and they're the eternal pessimists. And so it broke it into 4 categories. And I thought it was a really powerful book. I think it was Elon Musk that recommended it. I'll have to get you the title, and it breaks it down as like, in the United States here, I think that it's going to become more and more like that instant gratification. All right, now, like, I don't want to get in a plane to go visit my mom. I'll just put a VR Quest on my head, and it'll be so realistic for her and for I, and we'll just call it good with that. And we'll just see each other digitally in the virtual reality. You know what I mean? So I do see it going more that direction of that instant gratification. That's why I'm building tools within my agency and within my Instagraphics brand, where we're going to have AI, the virtual reality stuff, like all that stuff is planned, because people want, like, if you could just step into my office with me right now and you needed a new website and we could design and build this thing together, and you didn't have to wait a week, 2 weeks, a month, you'd pay a premium price to have that instant gratification right now. A lot of people would, right? I can charge, and this is not like if I did this, I have done this for years. I can have somebody walk into my office. In fact, the sign on the side of my building here used to say $1,000 for a same-day website. I would give people a 2 to 3 page, just super basic, basically brochure site for $1,000, and that would take me 3 to 4 hours. They were paying for that instant gratification, for the connection, to learn, to see their website. They didn't have a website when they walked in, and now they have a website, right? They're paying for that end result. And I could charge $1,000 and make over $250, $300 an hour for that amount of time, versus most web designers are charging half that, if not less, right? So that instant gratification I see is going to be more and more of a part of our daily life for sure.
Hey, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you watch the full episode here. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you click on the subscribe button. I really appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.